Hi, Bill Seaback, retained headhunter, search consultant, executive recruiter, career coach, the recruitment guy. Did you know that there are over 50,000 job board sites? 50,000. When I started in this business a few decades ago, there weren't any. And you have to ask the question, with all the technology and all the developments, and as many as 50,000 job board sites, why is it harder than ever to find and attract and hire great competitive talent? You see, the technology has made it easier to identify candidates. It hasn't made it any easier to recruit candidates. The definition of recruiter includes the word recruit. And whether you're an independent search agency or an internal talent acquisition department or a member in either one of those, collectively, your search skills pretty much suck because you can't recruit people. It's evidenced by the lack of candidates that you have, passive candidates that you have to fill the many, many jobs that your company needs filled. The evidence is real. It is undeniable. You need to go to school to learn how to recruit from somebody like me or somebody else. Now, what do I mean by the word recruit? You see, no matter what the solution is electronically, whether it's LinkedIn or Monster or Hot Jobs or any of the other 50,000 job boards, Indeed, ZipRecruiter, all these opportunities, all these businesses that have built up in the last 15, 20 years, they miss the main component. And the main component is the magic that happens when you introduce one candidate to one employer. You put their hands together and you say, I'd like you to meet this person and I'd like you to meet this company. And here are the ground rules for the interview. No computer can do that. That is the art to the science of recruiting. And it's just been impossible thus far in the last, let's say, 30 years for a computer to solve that equation. It's up to people, your people. It's up to you. You have to seek out and assimilate the core functional skill set of being a headhunter. You're the one that has to identify candidates, interview candidates appropriately to the specifications of the job, but more importantly, to find out what that person wants or doesn't want to do with their career. What are the next logical steps, in other words, according to them? You have to do the background work. You have to understand their family situation, their children's situation if they have it, the schooling, special needs that are, may or may not be necessary in a particular family's situation. What are the issues that are causing the person to want to take a moment to perhaps very discreetly look around the landscape and find something that might perhaps be a better fit for where they envision their career to go? A computer doesn't ask those questions. A computer doesn't have the skill set to ask those questions. You're supposed to have the skills to ask those questions. And when you don't, you burden everybody else in the process. So I highly recommend that you take the time to seek out education of your core functional skill set. Become a SME, a subject matter expert in the field of professional headhunting. Until you do that, you're just going to not be very good at your job. Your department or your team or your agency are going to suffer as a result. You may get lucky by throwing a bunch of stuff on the wall and some of it may stick. Yes, that's true. But you're not going to do a significantly better job than anybody else. That's why search firms are in existence, because companies need people and we understand the elements, the rudiments of being able to have those very intimate, very detailed conversations. It's an art. It's a bridge that you have to build between yourself and the candidate, and traverse that bridge through very important communications, asking a question, keeping your mouth shut, and letting the candidate answer. And then, depending upon that answer, ask the next appropriate question. Well, none of those job boards do that. They're looking for keywords, and they're looking to email this thing there and that thing there. And voila, you've got a great fitting candidate. Meanwhile, they don't know jack diddly about the candidate, what that person's been through, what they want, and where they want to go. That's the heart of the matter. You've got to be able to innately understand when a match is viable based on your expertise of your client, internal and external, and your expertise of the candidate and their situation. And can the candidate's needs meet the company? And can the company's offer meet the candidate's needs? Then and only then will you have a potential for a match. You see, we ask candidates, can you do the job? Is this a job you want to do at this point in your career? Do you want to do it with them? Those are 3 really important debrief questions. No computer asks that. No job board asks that. I'd be surprised if anybody at LinkedIn knows those 3 debrief questions. Look, you can screw around with data all you want. You can look at 1,000 resumes. But until you put the hand of one person into another, you're never going to have a deal. And you can take that to the bank. I'm Bill Seaback, Retained Headhunter. Thanks for watching. Have a great